What's going on YouTube? Effect Records here. Today I'm bringing you an updated video of my 03 Mitsubishi Lancer to EVO conversion build. Alright guys, so yeah, it's been really crazy here lately. I'm trying to get done. I got this week, the rest of this week, which today is Tuesday. Hopefully I'll have the video out tonight, guys. I didn't go to school yesterday because I had orientation. I just got this job working third shift at a windmill factory making windmill blades and stuff. So that's what I'm gonna be doing as a job. So I just got that. So I had orientation yesterday. So I didn't go to school. But today is Tuesday. So yeah, this is basically where the car sits as it stands. And like I said, I don't think I said it yet, but anyway, I have the rest of this week, next week, and I think the teacher said 3/4 of the following week in the shop left. So I only got like 2.5 weeks left of school basically for working in the shop. Other than that, I got to get the car home, and it's going to be wrapped up in my garage until it's done, obviously. So I got to move the EVO out of the garage. This one's going to be in the garage. And yeah, so I definitely want to get this done before winter because I don't want my EVO sitting outside during winter, even though it's going to have a car cover on it and stuff. I just don't want to do all that. So this will be my daily once it's done. So yeah, that's basically kind of what I've been doing. So I've been bouncing, basically just jumping around the vehicle, just to try to get everything done that I would rather get done at school than at home. So like with the engine and stuff, like I want to finish the rear quarter, but that's not going to happen in time for school. And the reason why I dropped the engine out of the car so that way I can finish the front end, because I plan on having this completely primed before I leave school, so that way I don't have any surface rust or major rust start building up while it's sitting in the garage. So I want to use their booth, which is down there, so I can go ahead and paint everything. So this is kind of the plan that I got going on before I get into like what I was doing today and the end of last week. But I dropped the engine out so I can basically get everything prepped for primer. I also removed the brake booster. I got all that out so that way I have access to basically everything. I also want to kind of like dabble in this and try to make that a lot more smooth. It's like body filler. I didn't really have a good way to get in there when it was sitting at my house before I started this project at school, so it's definitely looking fucky, but I'll definitely fix that. But if not, I could do that with the engine already in, so that's not really a huge deal. But I want to take care of that before I leave school, because me taking care of that is like part of the plan. So anyway, I dropped that so I can primer everything, and then once everything's primered, I would like to go ahead and paint the engine bay the color that I'm going to paint the car, which is going to be like hopefully a metallic silver. I got some, hopefully it's the right kind of silver that I like. I haven't sprayed it yet, so I'm not for sure. But yeah, basically once I paint the engine bay silver and everything, then I'm going to raise the engine back in, and then I'll never have to take the engine back out, hopefully, and I can just leave it in. So that's kind of where I'm at, because I also took off the engine mount over there for the passenger side, because I'm going to go ahead and paint that black, get everything painted, as well as the front engine mount, and paint that black. So when it basically gets back in, then it's basically, I can technically start wiring it up and starting it if I wanted to, but I'm going to probably wait until the rear quarter is done and all of that fun stuff. So that's kind of what I got going on for the front end. And then also when I took this door off, as you see, it's pretty rusted. When I try to take the bolts off, all 4 of them just snapped inside the where the door bolts in at. So what I'm planning on doing is just taking a bolt and welding it to the end of that, and then trying to get it with it welded and seeing if I can get it out that way. If not, then I'll just drill, tap, and die it. And I also plan on making, you know, this more smoother than it is. I did that a long time ago when I was like first starting out learning how to weld, so it's definitely rough. It's like rough edges, but so I plan on fixing up that as well. I'll have to be in the shop or the paint booth next week is what I'm planning on. Anyway, back to what I've been doing lately on this is I've been closing up the gaps. So that's the seam There used to be a gap here, and I went ahead and closed that up. Same thing on this side. I think it's looking pretty good. It was looking pretty rough, and then I grabbed this drill and had one of those steel brush attachment things on it, and I went ahead and like on the edges, basically to do that, and then it cleaned up all that dirt and grime, so when I primer on it, it's not going to flake off. And then this will also help me locate holes in my welds. So like up here, I couldn't tell if those were holes or just like dirt spots when I was grinding on it, and maybe there's a little spot, but now I can see if they're actually holes or not. Because like right around here look like just major holes, but that's mainly dirt, and then right here obviously is a hole that I gotta patch up right there. So that's kind of what I got going on. And then I also made the underside for the door, so it, you know, so it lines up like that, and then it's going to like wrap around the bottom. So it's not going to be at like a blade shape for like a raccoon killer. Instead, it's going to be like a sloped to the bottom of this is what I kind of want to go for. Let's see what else. I know the other side I don't think that was what I was working on last week, was the other side. I think it still looks rough. Yeah, see, that's what it looked like before I used the steel brush thing. Is it just seeing like heat welds or the heat spots and stuff, so it looks pretty rough. But that's that side, and then I got the inside as well, all the way down. It's not finished, but see, it kind of looked like that on the other side, on the very top, because I had to kind of like makeshift it. Because what I did is I took a straight piece of metal and laid it in here, and then but there was gaps on the bottom and the top, so I had to fill that in with another piece of metal, and that's kind of how I got the shape, because I couldn't really figure a good way to trace it the way I wanted it to. I'm sure there was one, I just didn't really know. So that's kind of what it looks like for the inserts, because I'm trying to get this all, you know, welded up so there's no gaps, so when it comes time to take it home, hopefully no moisture gets in it and fucks with it. So that's kind of what it looks like. And then I can also manipulate the door gap a little bit, like the bottom, with some body filler. Obviously it's not going to be straight body filler, probably, you know, weld in a couple more pieces to make it a little bit smoother, because I think it's like a 1/4 of an inch is what you want with body filler, I think. So that's kind of what it looks like. And then obviously I didn't clean it up yet, so it looks messy. And then on this side, see, it looks a lot cleaner with using that steel stuff, the attachment thing. So yeah, I was trying to get this video over quick, because I know there's a lot of things I wanted to say, but I think that's it that I wanted to tell you guys and let you guys know. But if you do like this video, please comment, rate, and subscribe. And then as well as soon as I get home out of school, I plan on, when I work on it, I plan on showcasing like what I'm doing, kind of thing, as I'm doing it. It's just being at school, there's definitely a time crunch on me getting it done. So I started to, and then it kind of just like took too much time to set up my camera every time and record. And I just had to work on my car because I had to make use of the shop as much as possible. But as soon as I bring it home, I'm definitely going to do a little bit better job of actually going through what I'm doing. But yeah, alright guys, I'll catch you guys later. Alright, peace.